Tonight we're talking DUIs, and Don from Anniston has a question for us. Don, we have an answer. Go right ahead, if you will.
Hi, Don.
Yes, please. Since he's an expert on DUI, a guy told me that since he was a retired cop, I was fishing on the lake and he come by, and he said that those breath analyzers can have leftover residue in them, and you can blow a positive when you ain't had a drop of alcohol. Is that true?
He's absolutely right.
Oof. So talk more about that, Rob, if you will, because that leads itself to the question, if you were pulled over, should you take a breathalyzer?
Should you take a breathalyzer?
Yes.
The question we always get, should you blow? No. The answer is no.
Yeah. Talk more about that.
Well, if you blow, you're going to give evidence to the state, which you have a right not to. Now, we're an implied consent state, which means that you should give the breathalyzer or you could be taken in for DUI. In all probability, the officer's going to take you in anyway. So my advice to you is do not take the breathalyzer. Do not provide evidence against yourself. If someone calls and says, I want you to come admit to this crime, I just wouldn't do it. Now, there's thoughts on this. Will you stay longer in jail? You may stay a couple hours longer. You may not. But the bottom line is you're giving evidence against yourself. You have no idea the calibration, the certification, the training, anything about the machine you're blowing into. Zero. The guy that just blew into it, did they clean it? Did they wipe it? Did they swipe it? I attended a seminar just recently in Las Vegas with the National Defense Criminal Lawyers Association. They said 90% of the breathalyzers are inaccurate. 90% worldwide, because they don't wipe it, they don't swab it. The guy that blew into you before, his breath is still right there with his alcohol content. So would I blow into it? No, I would not. That's the answer.
Great advice.
All right. No questions about that.
Not at all.
Straight to the point. Thank you, Don, for that very interesting question. Yeah. Let's turn now to Michael from Hueytown. Michael, how can we help you this evening?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
My question is, when an officer pull you over for an incident, they ask for your permission to search your vehicle. What options as a citizen do I have?
It's another question we often get.
Well, you have the right not to allow him to search your vehicle. That's your discretion, but if there's something that might concern you, I would advise you not to allow him to search your vehicle. If it's not a big issue and you have nothing that you would want to hide, then if an officer pulled me over tonight and wanted to search my vehicle, feel free. There's nothing there. Cup of coffee.
What do you say, though, if an officer pulls you over and you say, no, you cannot search my vehicle? What happens after that?
Well, what they'll tell you is, well, we're going to get a dog. They're usually looking for weed, marijuana, or some dope they think, or drugs they think you might have in the car. So they're going to have to go find a K-9 unit, get a dog. They're going to detain you. They have the right to detain you. They can detain you to bring a dog out and go around the vehicle to say there is or is not something in the car that the dog alerted on. At that point in time, they can search the car. But you certainly have the right, the constitutional right, not to allow an officer to search your vehicle. If they want to go get a warrant, get a judge to sign it, come back, sit there and wait. But you don't have to let them search your car at all.
That's good to know. I know we get that question often from a lot of folks just wondering. So